Hello from Kathmandu, Nepal.
Yeah, yesterday morning we arrived bright and early on an overnight flight from Istanbul, and we are going to be spending about a week here in the city before we move onward. We're spending a total of a month in Nepal.
Yeah, so we're just kind of using our time in Kathmandu to get used to the climate and the time change, and just exploring the city.
So yesterday we checked into our beautiful hotel and showered, fell asleep, woke up for some food. We ate at Yangling's restaurant, had some traditional momos and some Nepalese tea, and wandered around sort of our area of the city before going out to dinner again. The food is so delicious and incredibly affordable. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's so good. It's so tasty. This morning we've had breakfast and now we're just about to head out to Durbar Square and to explore that side of the city.
We have come to the Garden of Dreams, which is 400 rupees for entry for foreigners, and it's just like a nice little reprieve from the city. It's really lovely. There's lots of benches. You can bring your own coffee in to drink, because they used to have a cafe, but it is no longer here. So yeah, you can bring your own little drink in and just enjoy all the beautiful flowers and beautiful sculptures.
We had a lovely lunch at Yangling's.
Because that's Luke's new favorite place. And now we're out back at Dubar Square where we were earlier because our ticket for the day works for the whole day. So we thought we would come back out and see what it's like in the evening time.
Today is our third day in Kathmandu, and we've had a bit of a quieter one today, just sort of exploring the town. But I thought I could share a little story about how I was actually originally supposed to come to Nepal in 2015 as part of my first set of travels. However, due to the earthquake, I couldn't go to Nepal, and I actually had to go to Laos instead, which obviously worked out very well because that's where I was able to meet Tara, my future wife, and started my own business and really built up a real connection with the community out there. So Nepal's been on my bucket list for a very long time, and it's just really nice to finally be here. Today is actually a very special day because it is Tara's birthday. She is currently downstairs in the spa, and I just spent the last half an hour blowing up all of these balloons, and we have her little birthday hat as well. But then later on today we're heading out to the Museum of Nepali Art, and then we also have a cooking class planned for later, where we'll be making our own 4-course meal, so very excited for all of it.
There we go. Aww.
We were going to record during the day, but obviously we've had a very busy day, and I think someone's had a good day, haven't they?
Best birthday ever. Yeah, we went to Mona, which is the Museum of Nepali Art. It's 500 rupees to get in, and it's really cool. They've got free Wi-Fi, so you can scan QR codes by all of the art, and it will pop up like information about the artist and information about the piece of art as well on your phone, which is awesome.
Yeah, we both really enjoyed it. I feel as though it's well worth the visit.
You also get a free tea or coffee at the cafe when you buy entry.
Yeah. And then afterwards we went to the cooking class, which was incredible.
Yeah, we took a cooking class with Nepal Cooking School. Luke set it up. He did a really good job. It was amazing. It was 4 courses.
Yeah.
You get to choose between 3 different menus. They're all 4 courses. Starter, 2 mains, and a dessert, which was so much more food than we needed. And they got me a birthday cake because Luke told them it was my birthday, which was so sweet.
And what else did they do?
Oh, yeah, and the cook and the assistant got me a tika, which is the red dot and the like red dye that you see. It's just a symbol that they're married. So they went ahead and got me my own tika, which is why I'm wearing one right now, because we just got back.
And it was wonderful.
It was, I would so highly recommend it.
Absolutely.
Day 5 in Kathmandu. We're still really, really loving Nepal, but unfortunately, after all of the birthday party celebrations, I woke up in the middle of the night and I was feeling violently ill. So we were set to do the temples yesterday, but instead we made the call. Well, you made the call for me because I wasn't willing to make the call, that we needed to take the day and just rest. So we didn't really get much up to much yesterday. We ended up resting most of the day, and then once I started feeling better, I sort of rallied and we went to Himalaya Java Coffee, which is just down the road from where we're staying. It had a nice Americano, croissant, enjoyed that. It would definitely be a place I would recommend for like remote working, co-working space. There's lots of big tables, lots of outlets, Wi-Fi, that kind of thing. And then we just sort of hung out there until dinner time.
Yeah, so it was also raining a lot, which is our first experience of kind of monsoon rain while we were here.
It's a good day for a rest day because it was so rainy, yeah. And then ended up walking a couple doors down to OR2K for dinner there. They've got low tables and like cushioned seating. It's very vibey, like very relaxed environment. They also have like a Mediterranean sort of menu. They do have local dishes, local Nepali food, but they also have like falafel, hummus, tahini, that sort of thing. They had pizzas, they had paninis, just like a very varied menu, but it was really good and relatively cheap. It was a really nice place to have dinner.
It was. This morning we managed to make it out to the temple, so we went to a Hindu temple, the Pushpati temple, which is on the waterfront, and we both found it really interesting.
Yeah, it was super interesting because that's where they cremate the dead bodies. It's like the Varanasi of Kathmandu. So we saw quite a few dead bodies, obviously like very delicately wrapped and ornately like sort of decorated. Yeah. It was all very ceremonial, but it was a lot to take in.
Yes, yeah, it was a lot to take in. Yeah, we ended up spending a lot of time there, a lot more than we expected. And then afterwards we went to Boulder Stupa, which is one of probably the most famous stupa here in Kathmandu, which likewise was also very interesting to go to and sort of see the Buddhist culture out here.
Yeah, around the stupa there are lots of little shops and cafes and restaurants, which I don't think I was really expecting. And before COVID, you were able to walk up to sort of the top or near to the top of the stupa, and since COVID they've blocked that off, so now you can only walk around the lower level, but it's still really worth going to because it's just so large.
Yeah.
We headed into Durbar Square to see the first day of what is an 8-day festival celebrating Indra Jatra. It is a festival that marks the end of monsoon season and gives gratitude to the gods of rain. It was absolutely jam-packed downtown. I don't think we were even able to adequately capture on camera just how full all of the streets were. We also stumbled upon what foreigners call toothache tree. It has another local name for Hindus, but basically Hindu locals would go and nail coins to a tree, which has now since been covered, in the hopes that the gods would end their dental pain. The street itself is filled with dental clinics and dentist offices, so that's kind of funny.
I also grabbed a lassi from a stall that the locals recommend. It's actually located inside a temple, The lassi itself was pretty good. Unfortunately, I don't really drink dairy, so I didn't drink all of it, but I really enjoyed it. On our 7th and final day in Kathmandu, we decided to hike 3 kilometers from our hotel to Swayambu Temple, also known as the Monkey Temple. There is a steep climb up 320 steps to the top, where locals are engaged in Tibetan Buddhist practices. It was well worth the hike.
It was time to pack everything up and head to our orientation meeting for our trek with Intrepid Travel. Make sure you're subscribed to follow along on our 11-day trek to Annapurna Base Camp.